Is it real? Well, right now we formed a working group with Uber to explore the kind of infrastructure and equipment that we need to make this a reality. But there are no plans right now to bring this to New York City. It is early.
It is. So what does it mean, though? I mean, in terms of what flying cars look like to you. We saw a video just last week of what Larry Page was putting together, which was like someone was joking, it was like a trampoline over water, like that was basically a drone that you would sit on top of.
Yeah. Well, it's very early days, and the two things that I see that they do for Blade and for other, call it rotorcraft company, it eliminates the issue of noise.
Right.
Right. It also brings the cost down dramatically. So despite the fact that through crowdsourcing, Blade has lowered the cost of a 90-mile trip from $3,000 or $4,000 to $595 a seat, which has never been done before, this will allow us to address an even wider market. So to make it more accessible. And especially for short-distance aviation. I mean, there's just so much friction, especially in New York City, between 50,000 ride-sharing cars, you know,
right.
White House north over here.
But how would you see
it? 50,000 drones.
Think about it.
They won't know. You have to get off the concept of flying cars. Okay. These are basically rotorcrafts, as we call it, or helicopters that use fans. Okay. And which are quiet, and we're now at the point, essentially, where battery technology can actually have enough power to lift a good amount of weight and travel at decent speeds. So we'll have lower operating costs and a lower acquisition cost. So this is some time off, but we have to get there.
Are we going to look like the Jetsons? Because we just talked about how many Uber cars
I think they're going to be looking a lot more like, you know, kind of small planes that can have vertical takeoff and landing.
How many of them are going to be here in the city?
I think from our perspective, you know, this will be, we view a cohabitation phase. A phase that is about 5 or 6 years from now, we will see helicopters, and you'll see this new type of rotorcraft that are quiet, fast, cheaper. It won't be cheaper in the beginning, and we'll get communities to the point where helicopters are not this thing where, oh my God, they're noisy, they're only for the, you know, extremely wealthy.
What do you think a price point could be on?
Can I just interrupt? Because you just said something that makes it seem like it's a reality. So something has gone from $3,000 to $595.
Yes, that's today.
What is actually
to $195? We will fly you to the airport
right
for $195. Right now, $195. You can go on the Blade app and book a 5-minute helicopter flight from one of 3 heliports to JFK.
And that's $195. But that's a gas-powered helicopter.
That is a jet-fueled power helicopter.
So I'm sorry, and because I need to understand, does the technology exist right now to get me in one of these battery-powered rotor things and go how far and do what?
Well, right now the technology is looking at between 60 and 100 miles and about 200 knots.
And that's what we're looking at now on TV right there.
Yes, that exists. That is the very first test flight of a full-scale eVTOL. But the key here is FAA, you know, approval. All right. So you'll see those tested, I believe, within 3 years in the New York City, in the New York area, and then probably it's up to the FAA when they deem them safe to fly for passengers.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.